Hello, and welcome to the Recruit HIPPO workshop on how to build a resume. A brief overview. Your resume is very important. It should communicate your accomplishments, skills, and talents in a way that sets you apart from others. A resume is a vital part of every job application process. It's what an employer looks at when considering who to interview and to hire. Keep in mind that a resume is always a work in progress. It's something you will revisit often in your job search processes. There are 4 general types of resumes that I'll cover later in the presentation. But remember that resumes are what get you an interview, and interviews get you the job. Your resume can provide a guide for your interview, as employers often base their questions on what your resume states. Think of it as a business card. It's something to introduce you to the employers and show that you are the best fit for their position. Resumes have what we like to call the 10-second rule. Employers generally look at the top third of your resume within the first 10 to 20 seconds and decide whether or not to read further. This top section has your name, your contact information, and a brief overview of who you are as a candidate. You want to make sure to stay consistent in how you're presenting your information. Avoid changing fonts or switching between numerical dates, spelling out your months and the state that you worked or had experience in. Use reverse chronological order for presenting your education and your experiences so they know what is currently going on with your work history and education experience. And avoid using I and other personal pronouns. This is something that you are stating for the employer as the reason that they want to interview you. The 4 types of resumes. Chronological is a resume that lists your employment history in reverse order, showing progression towards your current job opportunity. A functional resume emphasizes your skills over your job experience. A combination resume is what we'll look at for the rest of this presentation, and it is a combination of the two, highlighting your skills and your work experience. As you move forward in your career path, you may come across the need for a curriculum vitae, and this is a comprehensive listing of your education, certifications, research experience, and professional affiliations. This is the only resume that can be recommended to be more than 1 page long. General formatting of a combination resume. Headings you should include are your contact information, an objective, your skills or qualifications, your education, your work experience, and any activities, community involvement, or achievements you would like to highlight. Do keep your resume organized and easy to read. Do use bullet points, and don't state references available upon request. Keep it short. 1 page is best, but you can use 2 pages if your experience requires that. So let's brainstorm. Get out a piece of paper and something to write with. You could use our resume worksheet as a helpful way to organize your resume information before you're actually typing it into a template. You could also open up a template at this time. We're going to walk you through this as you proceed in the presentation. First, let's look at the layout of what a resume should look like in the next slide. You can fill in your own information as we go along. Write the underlined headings on your paper, or again, using our resume worksheet, these will already be there for you. You can see from this overview, the top of the resume will be for your name, your email address, and your phone number. Please do not put your physical address on your resume. This is something that will be applied during your application process. Your objective is going to be 1 concise sentence. Your skills or qualifications using bullet points. Your education listed as the most recent first. Your experience starting again with your current or your previous jobs. And any activities, volunteer interests, achievements, or trainings at the bottom. Your contact information. Since all resumes tend to have the same sections, one way you can make yours stand out is by formatting the letterhead. Make your name bold and a larger font than your email and phone number. Remember, again, do not list your physical addresses on your resumes for safety and identity theft purposes. Your personal statement or objective is 1 to 2 sentences that tell the employer what your occupational goal is and what occupation you're seeking, as well as some great adjectives to describe what type of a worker you are. Here's some examples of good statements and an example of a bad statement. Remember to use your resume adjectives, adverbs, and action verbs that's on the website to help you find power words to describe you and your skill set. Skills and qualifications. Use bullet points to summarize your abilities. Remember, we're trying to keep your resume to 1 page, so being able to summarize your skills is very important. If you're unsure of how to state the skills that you used during your experiences, you can use the resources at ONET to find information on basic job descriptions. You can also again use our soft skills, resume adjectives, adverbs, and action verbs resources to help you describe yourself as a worker. Here are some good examples and again a bad example. The bad example, I like to talk to people, could easily be changed into good communication. Make sure your resume backs up the skills that you claim to have. If it says on your resume that you're a perfectionist and you misspell the word, we might think you're not telling the truth. Education. You want to list where you attended, the full name of the school, where the school is located, in the city and state, and a completion date in a month and year format. List your highest level of education first from the most current backward, and justify this to the left or in alignment with the other sections on your resume to create consistency. An example is stated at the bottom. If you're currently going to school in Bandon, Oregon, September 2019, and you're still going there, you would write to present. And then before that, put any previous high school that you attended. If you haven't already, take a few minutes now to write in your information under each of the headings in your resume template. The experience section. This is a section that you might want to engage your talent advisor to use. At the very least, please submit your resume after you've filled it out to your talent advisor for review. This is your opportunity to truly sell your reader on what your abilities are and what you truly bring to them. If you don't have formal job or internship experience, then don't use the experience header. You'll use the next header that we talk about. Just like listing your education, you're going to justify your experience to the left, list your title in italics, state the full name of where you've been and the city and state spelled out with a month and a year. If the position was for a short term, don't be shy on listing them as summer 2020 or winter 2020. Include all your paid internship or work-based experience that are relevant to your objective. You can also include unpaid experience as long as it was a structured work setting. Again, start with your most recent experience and use a chronological format going backwards, focusing on your accomplishments and your achievements. Here's some examples of experience. The activities and community involvement section is a section that you can use in place of or in addition to your experience section. Again, list out your roles in clubs, volunteering, certifications you've achieved, awards you've been given, any training you've completed, and any involvement with the military. You'll see on the right-hand side here that we've listed out an example as a chapter treasurer for the FFA in Bandon, Oregon from 2016 to 2017. On the bottom, underneath examples, you will see how it looks on a resume. All experiences are listed on one line with the title or the place being in italics, the city and state spelled out, and then the dates listed afterward. There are some templates that I have provided for you, and these are listed back on your resources section. There's the resume worksheet we've referred to, as well as resume action verbs, adjectives, and other ideas for ways that you can explain your personal experiences. Google Docs, there is resume templates as well as in Word, and we do encourage you to use these templates. They help create consistency and a visually appealing document. After you have reviewed your template and started filling it in, get help from your talent advisor for proofreading and final editing. Consider saving your resume to the cloud as well as a flash drive or your computer so that you're able to access it. Remember that a resume is a work in progress and you'll be changing and adapting them to different positions that you apply to throughout your life. Consider printing your resume on professional grade paper for your interview process and convert your resume to a Word document for emailing to employers. If you're using Google Docs, you can do this by using the Save As feature. Once your resume is completed, remember to upload it to your Recruit HIPPO profile.